Joining me now in the IHC house is Fouad Darwish. He is the CEO of Palm Sports, a former investment banker, and the man behind Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the UAE, a world champion and well known to many. His name is Renzo Gracie. Gentlemen, welcome to the IHC house. Thank you for joining me. Renzo, straight to you. If I said to you, what did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu give you that other sports didn't? Because you must have tried a few. So what did it give you?
I honestly believe Jiu-Jitsu is an amazing tool to change people for better. It's a confidence. You're not selling martial arts, you're selling confidence. And I've seen people changing for much better with the years passing by and when they join Jiu-Jitsu. And I see changing even our amazing nation of the UAE change thanks to Jiu-Jitsu.
And that's really what I want to drill into, because if I said to you, you run the business that really delivers Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in schools, the army and the police. You're the sportsman. Let me ask you, as the CEO of Palm Sports, what's been the biggest challenge in delivering Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu into the schools? Let's start there.
The sport itself was novel to our area. How many people knew Jiu-Jitsu in the Middle East then? Not many. For many, associated Jiu-Jitsu with Steven Seagal's movies, because that was the only close combat sport we knew. But today, before I even dive into answering how important Jiu-Jitsu is in schools or what challenges we have, I want to add a very important aspect and character of the sport of Jiu-Jitsu. Number one, it's not a sport, it's a way of life. Number two, if there's a sport in the world that's going to add to your confidence, it is Jiu-Jitsu. It is the only sport, and I'm telling you this with empirical research, not because I work in that paradigm, because I don't associate this as a job. I associate me being in this ecosystem as a privilege, as an opportunity to learn and help people better themselves.
So there's the physicality and the sharpness of the mind. Those are the two things.
It brings parity. No sport in the world will allow a 120 kilogram competitor face off with a 60 kilogram competitor. It's very difficult, unless you see that in WWF then. But a real sport would not do that, but not Jiu-Jitsu. Because the principles, the pillars that Jiu-Jitsu today resonates around is confidence, respecting your opponent, learning from your strength, taking advantage of your aggressor, because after all, you are defending yourself.
Yeah.
See, the keynote here is defending yourself. And that's why our leadership in the United Arab Emirates took it upon themselves to personally invest in it.
There's a very famous quote that was mentioned in many books from an interview of mine. There's no losing in Jiu-Jitsu. You either win or you learn. So it doesn't matter what, you always end up getting better in learning and improving yourself.
And another sentence that has, forgive me, more power than this to our country is our president's very famous sentence that sparked the entire mode of Jiu-Jitsu. If I invest in my son, I will invest in my country.
When he saw the change that did on his son, he said, my whole country deserves that.
But can we one step back from what it did for His Royal Highness's son? You trained His Royal Highness, he came to New York, he saw you, you're a world champion, he came to you, he saw you, you started. How did you go from a sportsman-trainer relationship to the evolution of a business proposition for a nation?
The moment that His Highness decided to put it in school, to give it to every kid in that country, it completely changed. And we are very lucky to have Fouad to come to run the company. Because he was a banker, he had nothing to do with this. Next thing you see, he's running with the precision of a banker. And he made it grow. Today, how many employees you have?
We have, as a total, we have 20,000 people.
Working under him.
So that's across schools,
security
police,
services,
and the army.
Yeah, but to be specific about Jiu-Jitsu, we have 2,000 very capable Brazilian black belt specialists overseeing a program that encompasses every facet of the Emirati society.
And the funny thing, I brought the ex-Brazilian president to meet His Highness. So they brought 6 ministers. It was a big deal between both countries. And on the meeting, all the ministers from Brazil were thanking His Highness for the investments that he did through Mubadala in Brazil, how he put money there, and I keep hearing only thanking for money. So I couldn't help. I said, my president, I'm sorry, I have to be honest. I understand the money is the spring that spins the world, But you guys are not thanking him for the greatest investment he did in Brazil. So the president looked at me and goes, what was the investment? I say, he allowed our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu teachers to educate the future generation, to learn our habits and our ways of life. He let us influence that new generation in a positive way. That was the real investment he made.
And that's about changing society. I want to know from you as the CEO, when you talk about those trainers across the businesses, police, army, schools, primary and secondary, how much of an improvement in delivery or is it measurable? Can you see sharper minds, better reaction, better decision making?
Absolutely. Yeah, remember, Palm Sports today is a listed entity.
Yes.
We have a board, we have measurables, we have financials we have to look into. And our financials can only be met if we satisfy our strategic partners that we train. How do we satisfy them? We have measurables. One of the biggest connotations that changed or evoluted Palm Sports' legacy, if I may say, is we numerized, we talked about opportunity cost. So back then when Renzo and I met for the first time in 2015, I was preparing a document that talked about opportunity cost. And people say, Fouad, this is not a bank. Like, everything is related to money. Everything is related to money. And the opportunity cost is this. In 2015, data from WHO and IMF stated the following. The United Arab Emirates is the highest spender in the universe when it comes to health bills. We pay 250% more than the average global expenditure per capita. 7 out of our 10 diseases that succumb our country are dietary diseases. Cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes. How do you solve them in addition to stop eating, walk, and sports? And that's where sports come.
But then this is where you must see the transformation in kids. You said His Royal Highness saw what you did for his son, and that inspired him to bring the business proposition. But from a health perspective with the kids and the younger men and women that you train, because it is a male and a female sport, and that's
actually, it's today, and this is something I'm very proud to share, and allow me those few seconds, sir.
Sure.
It's in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, a conservative environment where Jiu-Jitsu wasn't new. It's an alien sport. It began in 2010 for boys only. Until today, it's a mandatory sport for boys, voluntary for girls in 277 schools for the Ministry of Education. I'm so proud of our young men and women, where today, 56% of the 140,000 students are females.
But there you go, and that's voluntary. But briefly, when you see is there like a transformation period of time in the kids from when they start
definitely
to the health benefits that they will have in the rest of their lives?
I came to the arena and the kids were training. When I walk in, all the kids run to me to hug me and say, Coach, Uncle Renzo. And all the girls came and hugged me, which was a surprise. Because normally on that culture, this doesn't exist. No. So they're all hugging me and calling me Uncle Renzo, Coach.
But we venerate seniority.
Yeah. So I go to His Highness, I go to Sheikh Tahnou and I say, my brother, I go there. The young girls came, hug me, call me Uncle Renzo, Coach, and thanks for Jiu-Jitsu here. He goes to me, I say, it was a surprise. I wasn't. He goes, Renzo, Jiu-Jitsu is transforming our country in a much better place. It's a very positive tool for the changes that are happening.
You're also transforming under the Warriors brand. You have a host of sport coming to the UAE. What is that doing when it comes to delivering on the vision in terms of sport and adoption of sport? Because it has an impact, doesn't it?
Absolutely. If you ask me, from the personal connections I have with many of our warriors, it is emancipating dreams. That's what we do at the Warriors. Today, the Warriors is a launch pad for international fame, wealth, and acknowledgement of one's dedication and one's training and sacrifice. Because training, when you train, there's many other things you have to take in mind. Commitment, sacrifice, spending. There's so much things you have to forbid yourself from to become the warrior you want to be. In every sport, not only in Jiu-Jitsu.
Definitely.
In every sport. We respect every sport. But the Warriors today is a launch pad for those who want to go to the next level.
Well, you've been to the top, and I look forward to seeing you both when we get
Thank you so
back to Abu
much.
Dhabi.
Thank you.
Welcome to Davos 2026.
Yes, thank you.
And
Lovely to
I'll
be
let you know, my next grandson is going to have your name.
Do I have a front
Menace
seat?
will be his name.
Do I have a front seat?
Hell yeah.
At my events, you are the main invitee.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, brother.
Shukran.
Thank you.